The magic you're looking for is in the work you're avoiding. The ultimate goal of tracking and knowing your numbers is to drive more strategic, data-driven decision-making.
Let's go.
If you don't know your numbers, then you don't run a business. What gets measured gets managed. We've all heard that before. So you've got to find a way to track your KPIs, your key performance indicators, which is a quantifiable measure that can be used to assess the performance of your business. For example, what's your average sales price? What's your commission rate? How many conversations do you need to be having with prospects on a weekly basis? And how many of those conversations actually convert into appointments? And how many of those appointments result in contracts? If you're watching this right now and saying, well, shit, I hate tracking my numbers too, then you're probably a lot like me and feel a little bit overwhelmed by tracking KPIs. So have no fear, Callie is here. Out of my aversion for tracking numbers, I designed a badass spreadsheet that made tracking numbers a lot more accessible and a lot easier to do. So I want to jump into a screen share right now with you so that I can show you the spreadsheet that I designed that helped me finally understand my business as nothing more than a system of inputs and outputs so that you can design, as the business owner, the formula that's going to work for you to get you to 7 figures. Okay, so now we're inside of the sales funnel tracker. This spreadsheet actually has 2 pages to it. One is the sales funnel, one is the 30-day tracker so that you can get your actual numbers, track them over a month, and then see what your real conversion rates are. That's the power of the spreadsheet. It is the 30-day tracker, and it is understanding what your real actual conversion rates are. So you've got a 30-day table here. You can track your conversations each of those days. You can track how many appointments you set. You can track how many contracts you wrote, and then you can track how many properties within that month closed. Now we've got real tangible conversion rates. But let's go back to the main page, the sales funnel. This will help you reverse engineer your monthly and weekly goals. Let's say you want to make $550,000 this year. And let's just say that your average sales price is $478,000. And you can change this to 2.5%. You can change it to 3%. By the way, this is the cool part right here on the sales target, homes sold. It updates you and it tells you, it shows you. Basically, if you're closing at 2.5%, you got to close 47 homes instead of 39 homes at 3%. Let's say your average sales price is actually $748,000. Then you only got to close 25 homes, not 39. And, let's just say your income goal is $850,000. Now we're back up to 38. So, you can really play around with these numbers and see what's going to work for you, for your business planning goals. Let's go back to our original goal, which was $550,000 in income, $478,000. At 3%. Now, just an FYI, the weekly and the monthly and the annual, all of these numbers in this spreadsheet are designed to round up. So on a weekly basis, obviously 1 times 52 would be 52 annual, but it does round up. So it's technically, I think, 0.6. Either way, though, the annual is the one that you can focus on. Now, let's go over here under the journey. You can play around with scenarios on your conversion rates. You could say, if I have 1,000 conversations, let's say I set 50 appointments from that, and I put 4 things in escrow, and I've got 2 closings. Now you can see what your conversion rates are, and you can start to plan and be more informed. And over here, this funnel's pretty cool visually because you got a drop-down menu here, and you can click on annual. 19,000 conversations annually, appointments 959, contracts 77, closings 38, and then there's your income. And again, these numbers over here, they do round up because obviously we can't sell 0.5 of a home, so I just have them rounding up. But the 30-day tracker is what I really love. And again, we can go back over here. Let's go ahead and put these in. Agent inputs, $550,000. Average sales price is $478,000. At 3%, and then you can go in here and let's say on the first you have 25 conversations. On the second, you go hard and you have 30, and you keep updating this. And then let's say you set 3 appointments that day, 2 appointments that day, 4 appointments, 5. You get the idea. These numbers over here update, and again, you can go weekly with this, and this funnel right here will actually pull the data from your actuals in the business tracker. So I just wanted to let you know that This spreadsheet is free to you. Please download it if you're a real estate agent, especially if you're not well versed in looking at your KPIs. If you really want to know how to scale your business, track your data, track your inbound leads, what you're spending, apply your conversion rates. And what I love about this 30-day tracker is, again, you've got an entire month's worth of data to get actuals, real world conversion rates right here, and then see what your conversion to appointment is, your appointment to contract and your contract to closing. And now you've got some fundamental data to start building and scaling your business with. The ultimate goal of tracking and knowing your numbers is to drive more strategic, data-driven decision-making so that you're making educated decisions rather than emotional ones in your real estate business. The biggest and the best agents, they track their data. They want to know what's working, and they want to know what isn't working, and they want control, not chaos. And so when they can see in the numbers that something is working, dude, they lock it in and they scale it. Guesstimating isn't going to cut it. So you always want to revert your decision making back to the numbers, right? Tracking and optimizing your real estate KPIs is one of the most important factors behind driving consistent improvements and growth in your real estate business. A lot of agents that buy zip codes on Zillow end up having this hot and cold relationship with their advertising, right? They're in, they're out, they're hot, they're cold. Then they want to complain that Zillow's overpriced or that it doesn't work at all because they start to panic during the slow months, and then they want to pull out of their marketing positions entirely, which again is going to have long-term negative side effects on your income. It's going to dwindle down your pipeline. So that's when we can say, enter the commission roller coaster, enter the inconsistent income, enter the anxiety and stress of where is my next paycheck coming from. So when you back out of your marketing positions because you're going through a slow month and you have never tracked your data, you're making an emotional decision. You're making a decision out of fear, right? Not out of the data. If you actually had the data, you would realize, okay, this ebbs and flows. And so I know that coming up, right after this slow month, I'm going to have a great month. And you would only know that confidently if you went back and looked at it in the data. The numbers don't lie. So I want to share with you a personal story. In the beginning of my career, I absolutely hated tracking my numbers. First off, it was super overwhelming and I didn't really understand how to do it, so I avoided it. All I wanted to do was sell. And I thought if all I was doing was selling, then everything was just going to fall into place and magically work out. But what I didn't realize was that the path is in the math. And in order for me to go big time and pull in 7 figures, I was going to have to analyze the real estate process and then build a formula that was going to get me there. And I use the word formula intentionally because it is literally a system of inputs and outputs. And if you understand what the inputs are, then you can manipulate the inputs to get the output that you're looking for, which in this case is going to be your income. I hope that screen share was helpful to you and that now you can physically see that if you can break down the actions that you need to be doing on a weekly and daily basis to support sufficient inputs, i.e. the conversations, then you can start to gain a lot more clarity on designing the formula to get you your $1 million year. For me, I knew that I needed to scale the amount of conversations that I was having so that I could set more appointments, write more contracts, and get more deals into escrow. And real estate sales is literally nothing more than conversations, appointments, contracts, closings, and then cash in your account. The quality of your conversations can expedite setting appointments. And if you can go from conversations to appointments down that sales funnel as quickly as possible, then by default, you will start to close a lot more deals. The whole sales funnel is predicated upon conversations. And so you have to identify a modality that will garner the most high quality conversations for you. For some people, it's cold calling, and for some people, it's Zillow advertising, and for others, it's their sphere of influence or even social media. If you're looking for answers, then look to success for direction. Find mentors, find people that have been there, done that, and build your winning formula from those working models. And the plight of the entrepreneur is to be the architect and designer of their own business. You are tasked with putting together the formula that works for you in your real estate business. So you can download my free business planning spreadsheet in the description below. And from there, you can also book a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call with me if you need any help getting clarity in your real estate business or even taking it to the next level. So I hope this was helpful to you. Go out there, get focused, kill the game. And oh yeah, do me a favor. If this video was helpful to you, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. So thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to you. See you in the next video.